Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Melching Field as the very first pitch of the game. Austin Dilbert will send down the third base line. It's into left field. It'll be a double for Austin Dilbert, and the Sanford River Rats are off to a hot start here at Melching Field in DeLand as Austin Dilbert took the very first pitch he saw, sent it past the third baseman in Garrett Wallace into left. Townsend late in picking it up. It's a leadoff double for the DH in Austin Dilbert.
Well, welcome to the playoffs. The Sanford River Rats get exactly what they wanted there. Austin Dilbert with a nice leadoff double. He was second in the team this year in stolen bases, hitting .263 on the year, 19 stolen bases, and the last time he got caught stealing was on July 1st, so don't be surprised if he tries to get an extra base here for Justin Farmer.
Good defensive catcher in Rodrigo Montenegro as the first pitch from Brady Chobin misses low for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Chobin making just his second start of the season for the DeLand Suns through 5 shutout innings for DeLand. As the 1-0 pitch from Chobin is a bouncing ball through the right side, a base hit. Dilbert will be held up at third as choosing not to test. The big arm of Alan Alonso is Dilbert. Back-to-back base hits for the River Rats have runners on the corners with nobody out here in inning number 1 for the 3-hole hitter in Thomas Broyles.
Justin Farmers did exactly what he's done all season long. He was tied for second in the league with Trent Taylor with a .347 batting average. He is an on-base machine, just finding that gap between Joe McNamara and Joe Burke in second and first base respectively. Nice job by Justin Farmer to just find that gap, and now the Rats are in business. Perfect way to start the playoffs if you're Coach Montero.
Righty on lefty matchup is the first pitch from Chobin. Foul back to the screen. Starts the count 0-1 on Thomas Broyles. Chobin with a 3.52 ERA. He went 1-2 in 23 innings, 15 hits, 12 runs, 9 earned, 22 strikeouts, 11 walks. Opposing hitters hit a .176 against him during the regular season as Chobin will look to pick off to first. A looping throw will not be nearly in time to get Justin Farmer. The lineup for Sanford: Dilbert, Farmer, Broyles, Crouch, Villeman, Candy, Heron, Sangster, Taylor. The Suns' defensive arrangement will come after the 0-1 as it will be a step off from Chobin. Townsend, Dixon, Alonso left to right in the outfield. Wallace, Fornari, McNamara, Burke left to right in the infield. And Rodrigo Montenegro does the catching for Brady Chobin. Runners at the corners, nobody out in the first. Chobin ahead in the count, no balls and a strike. The 0-1 from Chobin misses upstairs and outside, 85 miles an hour, and the count runs even, 1 ball and 1 strike on the 3-hole hitter in Thomas Broyles.
And Thomas Broyles is in a situation that he's found himself in all season long with runners in scoring position. He's second on the team with 25 RBIs on the year, tied for 6th best in the league with Garrett Wallace.
Another pickoff throw, not in time by Chobin.
Thomas Broyles was a little disappointed today. He realized that he didn't reach that 300 mark, only hit .297 on the year, but trying to make it a hit here is it's a ball low for Thomas Broyles. The Missouri product from the SEC is trying to make his mark here on the playoff game, but if you're Chobin, you just got to settle down. Giving up those 2 leadoff hits, that can shake a pitcher's confidence, but right now he's just got to settle down.
2-1 pitch is a fly ball into left field. Mark Townsend will make the catch in left, and no throw will come from Mark Townsend. Throw will come into second instead. Holding at first is Farmer. It's a sacrifice fly for Thomas Broyles here in the first inning, and Sanford strikes first on this Game 1 of the FCSL Semifinals. The Rats lead 1-0 on the sacrifice fly from Thomas Broyles. Runner on first and 1 out for Josh Crouch.
Ryan, I said it, Broyles all season long just driving those runs home. If you're the Rats, they looked focused in the batting cages over there in right field, and Coach Montero said this team was going to come out with a different mentality. They're showing it right here.
First pitch swung on and missed by Crouch. Down to second base. On the steal goes Justin Farmer. He gets himself into scoring position as there's 1 away. Here in the first inning, a chance for Sanford to open up their lead in inning number 1 against the Marshall Thundering Herd product in Brady Chobin. Chobin gazes back at second, and time will be called right as Chobin was about to release to the plate.
And Ryan, Josh Crouch for the Rats might have been the best addition in all of the Florida Summer League. He's only played 9 games. First one coming in on July 13th against Winter Garden. He's hit .423 with a pair of doubles and 8 RBIs. He's been a nice addition in a place where the Rats all season long have struggled a lot in the catcher's position. He's come there and been rock solid all season long. The UCF product here trying to make his mark and keep this inning alive. Trying to tack up one more run as Justin Farmers is now in scoring position.
Chobin fills up the zone. He's ahead of Crouch. No balls and 2 strikes. Chobin's 0-2 pitch is popped up on the right side of the infield. Giving it a look is Joe Burke. Gets into the seats. And we'll do another 0-2 delivery to the cleanup hitter in the Sanford lineup. Crouch followed by Villeman, then Candy. Runner on second, 1 gone, top of the first inning. Sanford on top of DeLand, 1-0. Chobin will check the runner at second and deal the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 83-mile-an-hour breaking pitch from Brady Chobin strikes out Josh Crouch, and there's 2 gone here in the first inning for the 5-hole hitter in Francis Villeman.
And that's exactly what Chobin needed right there. You've got to get some sort of confidence back on your side. If he can hold Justin Farmer either on second or third and not allow him to cross home, that's a successful inning of work for Chobin, only allowing 1 run here in a dangerous situation as Francis Villeman has been producing all season long.
First pitch of the at-bat to the 5-hole hitter. Villeman misses low, 90 miles an hour that time from Chobin. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Villeman just came back to the team on Wednesday. He missed about 2.5 weeks due to a foot injury, but he's back and ready for the playoffs. The blue-faced baby is what they call him in the dugout. See if he can get something going here.
Fouls off the 1-0 delivery, up and out of play. 91 miles an hour on that delivery from Chobin. Runs the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chobin looking to get out of the inning with minimal damage. The righty's 1-1 delivery is a breaking ball that is hit high and foul down the right field side. It'll head up and out of play into the visitor side parking lot as the count now on the 5-hole hitter Francis Villeman is a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 from Chobin is a light tapper right back to the mound. Chobin will collect it. He flips on to first in time, and the inning is over. First 2 reach, then 3 straight retire, but a sacrifice fly from Broyles gets the Rats on the board as we go to the bottom of the first inning from Melching Field and DeLand with your score. It's the Sanford River Rats 1, the DeLand Suns coming up. You're watching the Florida League Playoffs on YouTube Live. Bottom half of inning number 1. We'll see the DeLand Suns take on Tony Rossi, who gets the start today for the Sanford River Rats in Game 1 of the Florida League Semifinals. He'll face the following lineup. Joe McNamara leads off, Hunter Fornari second, Mark Townsend third, Brandon Hilton fourth, Alan Alonso fifth, Rodrigo Montenegro sixth, Joe Burke seventh, Garrett Wallace eighth, and Tim Dixon ninth as Rossi misses a bit low for a ball on the first pitch of his outing. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Tony Rossi been the most solid pitcher this year for the Rats. 36 strikeouts. He's undefeated with a 2-0 record. He's pitched in 7, started 6 of them with 2.42 ERA in 26 innings of work.
The 1-0 pitch will catch the outside corner. 88 miles an hour to McNamara, 1 ball and 1 strike. McNamara has come on strong for the Suns in the second half of the season, hitting .302 for the summer, 26 of 86 for DeLand as the 1-1 pitch to McNamara is a breaking ball at the letters for a strike at 79 miles an hour, and Rossi now ahead of the Winthrop Eagle at a ball and 2 strikes.
Talked to Tony Rossi before the game, and he told me that his mentality going in today, he had a one-word answer for it. He said, win. That's all he said. He guaranteed a win for the Rats today. He is laser-focused tonight.
The 1-2 pitch misses low and outside for a ball, 2-2. This a rematch of the 2018 Florida League semifinals in the exact same scenario. The Suns were the 2, the Rats were the 3. DeLand swept that series behind some great starting pitching from Jesus Falloy and Nick Cesare. The chopper towards short is gloved in time. And the throw on to first from Villeman to Boa Sangster retires Joe McNamara. And there's 1 gone in the first for Hunter Fornari. Look at the lineup defensively for the Rats. Justin Farmer, Thomas Broyles, Jared Candy left to right in the outfield. Heron, Villeman, Taylor, Sangster left to right in the infield. Crouch catches Rossi. 1 gone, bottom of the first. First pitch of the at-bat to Fornari is lifted into left field. Underneath it is Justin Farmer. He will make the catch in moderate left field, and there's 2 gone in inning number 1. As if the Suns are going to get anything going, it'll have to start with Mark Townsend.
And you mentioned it, Ryan, but Mark Townsend is the guy that you want to get things started. He's produced all season long for the Suns. He's been their most consistent batter. He's definitely an MVP candidate this season. Mark Townsend, a big lefty here going up against the right-handed Tony Rossi. This is what you want if you're Mark Townsend. He homered 7 times this year and drove in 30 runs.
Townsend, the offensive leader in nearly every category for the Suns, takes a pitch low and outside for a ball, 1-0.
And those 7 home runs on the year, Ryan, are impressive playing here in Stetson. This is the longest outfield here in the Florida League, so that makes that stat even more impressive.
1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss is Rossi able to put the fastball, the curveball, I should say, past Mark Townsend. Count runs even on the left fielder, 1 ball and 1 strike. Should he extend the inning, it would be Brandon Hilton, his Stetson teammate. That would come after him. Otherwise, Hilton will lead off the second as the 1-1 pitch to Townsend is outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Sanford will send Candy, Heron, Sangster to the plate in top 2.
You're going to see the sequence a lot from Rossi all night long, going and attacking with that fastball early, then coming back with that curveball slider action in the middle of the at-bat.
2-1 pitch misses the zone for a ball to Mark Townsend, who has the advantage, 3 balls and a strike. First 10 pitches for Tony Rossi, 5 in the zone, 5 out of it. It's worked very quickly here in inning number 1, trying to avoid putting Townsend on the 3-1 delivery in the dirt, ball 4, and the Suns get there. First base runner of the evening on a walk to Mark Townsend as it brings up his Stetson teammate in Brandon Hilton.
Mark Townsend finished the season with a .461 on-base percentage thanks to 30 walks. So Mark Townsend, a nice patient at-bat there. That's exactly what you want for a hitless Suns team so far. Just get a runner on base. See if Hilton can do something here in the cleanup spot with 2 outs. Townsend gets a nice 2.5, 3-step lead over there on first.
Townsend, one of the team leaders in stolen bases as well, as Hilton takes the first pitch strike 0-1. Hilton, a .276 hitter in his 29 ABs in the regular season. Played 8 games, had 8 hits, drove in 6. He hits with a runner on first and 2 gone in the bottom of the first inning, with Sanford on top 1-0. The 0-1 pitch, Hilton does not swing at a ball at his knees, 88 miles an hour, that time from Rossi, and the count is 0-2.
Francis Villeman is thinking the same thing you were, Ryan. He's watching the steal from Mark Townsend. Villeman's playing shift to the right here. There's a big gap between him and Jared Heron at short and third.
Rats playing the pull shift on the left-hander Hilton. Townsend will deke off the bag. Hilton will foul it off back to the screen, and we'll do another 0-2 pitch to DeLand's cleanup hitter in Brandon Hilton.
And obviously, if you're the Rats, you want to shift to the right. Definitely, like you mentioned, Ryan on that pull, but it's an easy throw now for Josh Crouch, and Villman can get there quick thanks to that shift as well. But if Hilton can drive this the other direction and hit it opposite field, it's going to find that gap between Heron and Villman.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, still to count on Brandon Hilton. Rossi will step off the rubber, and we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Hilton. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Hilton was looking to pull. Rossi goes outside with the fastball and gets a Brandon Hilton chase. Suns get a base run on a Mark Townsend walk, but can do no damage. We go to the top half of inning number 2 with your score. It's DeLand trailing Sanford 1-0. Brady Chobin gets ahead, no balls and a strike, then a fastball 90 miles an hour. Comes high and tight to Jared Candy, 1 ball and 1 strike. As the 1-1 pitch from Chobin will come inside and catch the inside corner to Candy. The count is 1-2.
Candy really a tale of 2 halves for this season. He hit all 9 home runs about a week before the All-Star break, then went in a bit of a slump. He's trying to come in with a new mentality to the playoffs now as he watches the ball go by there 2-2 now. For Candy, though, he's a guy that once he gets hot, he's hitting them deep.
Bouncing ball back up the middle, gloved by the shortstop Fornari. Throw to first in time. Hunter Fornari with an outstanding play up the middle to take away a base hit from Jared Candy. The FGCU Eagle with an outstanding defensive play, ranging behind the bag at second to retire Candy for out number 1.
Yeah, hats off to Hunter Fornari on that one. It was a slow ground ball. I thought it might have found the gap in between second and short, but Hunter Fornari came over there, scooped that one up, and got the throw just in time. It was close. Got him about a quarter of a step.
Next pitch lined into left center field. A base hit by Jared Heron as it tucks its way in to left center field. Dixon, the center fielder, will collect it. And now that defensive play looming even larger as the 3rd hit of the game for the Rats puts a runner on first with 1 out for the 8-hole hitter in Bubba Sangster.
And now for Jared Heron, he ended the season on a 6-game hitting streak. That one there now extends it to 7 games. Jared Heron's come alive here in the last half of the season. He hit 2 home runs last week.
First pitch of the at-bat in there for a strike from Chobin. No balls and a strike from the 8-hole hitter in Bubba Sangster. Chobin, the big right-hander, set, deals the 0-1. Nice breaking ball, 85 miles an hour, dropped off the table and avoided the bat of Sangster as the count is 0-2.
Bubba Sangster, another one of those guys that towards the latter half of the season finally got the bat to the ball. In his last 3 games, he didn't record a hit, but before that, he had a total of 6 hits in just 9 at-bats in the 3-game series against DeLand the last time these two teams met up.
Pitch was in the dirt from Chobin. 1 ball and 2 strikes from the Marshall Thundering Herd right-hander. Time is called at home plate by Sangster with Trent Taylor in the on-deck circle for the Rats. Bottom 2, the Suns will send Alonzo, Montenegro, and Joe Burke. The 1-2 from Chobin. Dialed up the breaking ball, gets him looking for strike 3. Sangster set down. Chobin gets his second strikeout of the evening, and runner on first now, 2 away in inning number 2 for the 9-hole hitter Trent Taylor.
Sangster lays off that one. He decided to pull the bat back last second. Interesting decision by Bubba on that one. He's usually a guy that will swing at anything close. Interesting decision to go down on strikes looking as Trent Taylor, the league leader in stolen bases, is up now.
Heron takes off, but he'll return as the 91-mile-an-hour fastball is fouled back to the screen by Taylor, and the count on the 9-hole hitting UCF commit is no balls and a strike.
This is a Rats team that had 108 stolen bases to end the year. They led the league, so no surprise that Jared Heron trying to get a base there. We've already seen one from Justin Farmer.
Taylor pops up the 0-1. Joe Burke in foul territory. Looks to have room. He does, and the inning is over. A 1-out single does no damage for Sanford. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Sanford leads 1-0. The bottom of inning number 2 begins with a swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Tony Rossi to Alan Alonzo. No balls and a strike. Alonzo playing in his 3rd season with the Suns. He's in his 2nd playoffs. Suns did not make the playoffs back in Alonzo's 1st season in 2017. The 0-1 pitch to the outfielder misses low and outside, 88 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike. Had his best season statistically in his 3rd year in the league, a .267 hitter, drove in 24 runs and hit 4 home runs. The 1-1 pitch to Alonzo is a nice breaking ball again from Tony Rossi. Gets a swing and a miss from the 5-hole hitter. It's 1-2.
Tony Rossi's pitching well so far. Obviously gave up the one walk, but besides that, has been lights out. Tony Rossi, a guy that, like I said, gets a lot of strikeouts, 36 on the year. He doesn't walk a lot of guys either. He only gave up 15 hits in 26 innings of pitching.
Alonso down the left field line. It will fall in for a base hit. Alonso will motor around first, and he will stay there. Took a long turn around first. A nice throw. Came in from left field that time, and Justin Farmer, but it's a single for Alan Alonso, and the Suns have a leadoff runner on for Rodrigo Montenegro.
Yeah, great job from Alan Alonso to just get a nice blooper that stayed fair. It dropped in there, and it looks like we're going to have a mound meeting with the entire infield. Don't know what they're going to be talking about right now, but nice job, like you said, Ryan, by Justin Farmer to get that ball in. Definitely could have been a extra base hit for Alan Alonso, but we're able to hold him at first on that one as the infield will retreat to their respective positions.
Also trying to find a way to keep Alonso close to the bag. He's north of 10 stolen bases on the season. Righty on lefty as Rodrigo Montenegro, the all-star catcher from St. Pete College, a .339 hitter in 62 at-bats. He split time behind the plate with Christian Pregent. Takes an 87-mile-an-hour fastball outside. Crouch tried to frame it. He was not given the call, and the count on Montenegro is 1-0. 1-0 Sanford, bottom of the second inning from Melching Field in DeLand. Pickoff throw, and belly flopping back to first base goes Alonso. Other playoff game in the Florida League tonight in Game 1. It is all Winter Park. The Diamond Dogs 5-0 over the Leesburg Lightning in Game 1 at Sanford Memorial Stadium. The 1-0 delivery. Big swing and a miss by Montenegro, and the count is even at 1-1 as Jack Wolgast has been dominant for Winter Park. 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, and the Diamond Dogs have lit up Leesburg starter Samuel Bennett out of the University of Chicago. Alonso with a solid lead off of first. Rossi deals the 1-1 breaking ball. That one will miss outside. Couldn't quite catch the outside corner. And Montenegro with the advantage in the count, 2-1.
Really close pitch there from Rossi. It was almost a strike like you mentioned, Ryan. Just missed the outside corner on that one. Montenegro ended the year on a 4-game hitting streak. His last game was a 2-for-4 day against the Winter Garden Squeeze.
Montenegro takes one high and outside, and he has the advantage in the count, 3 balls and a strike. One of the team's best power hitters in Joe Burke, standing in the on-deck circle. Sanford got their first 2 runners on in the first, cashed it in for a run on the Broyles sac fly. Suns looking to do similar. The 3-1 to Montenegro, high and outside, ball 4, and the Suns have runners on first and second with nobody out here in inning number 2, and Joe Burke coming to the plate.
Yeah, a pair of really close pitches there from Rossi. That one just missed high. As Joe Burke now, you mentioned it, Ryan, he's a big, powerful hitter. A guy that can drive the ball out of the park at any moment. He's got 2 on here. This is a big opportunity for the Suns with no outs. Right now, Burke obviously would love to drive in these runs, but if he can get on base in any capacity, it might be a scary situation for the Rats and Tony Rossi.
Burke tied for the DeLand Sun career record for home runs with 7. He takes a first pitch strike 0-1. He hit 2 last year, 5 this year. He and Mark Townsend are tied for the career record with 7 apiece. He had a big playoffs last year for the Suns. His teammate at Kentucky Wesleyan, Braden Sisson, was the MVP as the 0-1 to Burke is a blooper into shallow right. It'll drop in for a base hit. It will not be deep enough to get anybody across, but everybody moves up 90 feet, and the Suns have loaded the bases here in the second inning with nobody out and Garrett Wallace coming to the plate.
And Ryan, we've seen it all season long from these two teams. Every time they get matched up against one another, it's a tick-for-tack game. One team will do something like the Rats did in the first inning. We're scoring that leadoff run, and then all of a sudden the other team starts to gain a little bit of momentum. The Suns here with bases loaded, no outs. This is their time to really try to pull away here. As we've seen other times this year in this series, Ryan, the Rats have gotten up 7-1, 8-1, and the Suns fight their way back. This is their situation to break this one open, and it'll be Garrett Wallace who has the shot to do it.
25 RBIs on the season for Wallace. He'll hit a ground ball towards third. The throw will come to the plate. It is scooped, but no other play will be made. They are get Alonso at the plate for the first out of the inning, but the throw was bounced from the third baseman Heron, and no play to be made for Crouch behind the plate. So Montenegro to third, Burke to second, Wallace aboard on a fielder's choice, and it's now bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning for the 9-hole hitter Tim Dixon.
They'll put Jared Heron and Bubba Sangster, the third and first baseman, in on this one, so just in case it's a grounder, they can try to beam it to Josh Crouch again, but Trent Taylor and Francis Vilmer are going to be playing double play situation.
Corners in, middle infield back. At third, Montenegro. At second, Burke. At first, Wallace. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. Sanford leads 1-0. Dixon gets plunked, and we're tied. Tim Dixon wears an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Tony Rossi, and we are all square at 1. Montenegro scores. Everybody else moves up 90 feet as the first 5 have reached here in the second. Single walk, single fielder's choice, and then an RBI hit by pitch by Tim Dixon.
Yeah, nice job by Dixon to stay in there and take it like a champ, giving his team a run on the board. Now it's 1-1 here in DeLand. Tony Rossi, though, that is not what you want to do. You can't give up any free runs in a playoff series like this, especially when these two teams are such evenly matched ball clubs.
Bases loaded, 1 out for the leadoff hitting Joe McNamara, who takes a breaking ball at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1.
McNamara back in the first inning, grounded out. That one from Rossi, though, a unexpected non-fastball first pitch. That one was a curveball that tailed low. Made it into the strike zone, though, but Rossi usually attacks with that fastball early. He changed it up on that one, though, with the breaking ball.
Big swing and a miss, 87-mile-an-hour fastball to McNamara upstairs. McNamara tried to climb the ladder, and he's quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes with the FGCU Eagle, Hunter Fornari, standing in the on-deck circle. Bases loaded, 1 out in the inning. The 0-2 pitch to McNamara is high and tight, and that, did it hit McNamara? They're going to say it hit him on the wrist. They are going to award McNamara first, and back-to-back hit by pitches have given the DeLand Suns a 2-1 lead. Josh Montero doesn't like it, but the home plate umpire was very adamant immediately that the ball hit McNamara on the wrist, and the Suns lead it 2-1.
And Montero's not going to argue it for too terribly long. I think they're going to go talk to the third base umpire as well. They're going to convene and see if it really did hit him. It looked like from up here that it did, Ryan. I thought I agreed with the home plate ump. I thought it hit him. We'll get the call here in a minute. They're still debating it close to the pitcher's mound near first base.
The way that McNamara has reacted is that it hit him, and they will indeed send him down to first. So the Suns take the lead in the bottom of the second inning on back-to-back RBI hit by pitches to Tim Dixon and now Joe McNamara. So for the first time in the playoffs, the Suns lead it. It's 2-1. Bases still loaded here in the second for Hunter Fornari.
And now Coach Josh Montero is arguing with the first base umpire. He has a few words for the umpire over there on first, but just like that now, the Suns gained the lead, and they didn't have to work much for it. Both Tim Dixon and Joe McNamara took one for the team, and it gave them a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
Filling up the zone is Rossi on the pitch to Fornari, in there for a strike, 0-1. Bases remain loaded as 6 straight Suns have reached here in the second. It's 2-1 DeLand on top of Sanford. Rossi comes set above the belt He'll deal the 0-1 pitch. It's low and outside, and the count on Fornari moves to aces wild, a ball, a strike, and an out.
If you're Tony Rossi here, look for him to pitch some stuff outside. He doesn't want to give up another RBI hit by pitch. That one right there, it was low and outside. Not a surprise, though. He's not going to want to go inside here to Hunter Fornari. Hunter Fornari in his last one flew out to left field. It was a nice hit. Just couldn't find a gap and went into the glove of Justin Farmer.
Big swing and a miss by Fornari, so big that his helmet came off as he was trying to deposit that 88-mile-an-hour delivery, and Fornari finds himself down in the count, 1-2.
Yeah, that would have been a monster crush from Hunter Fornari if he makes contact on that one. He was definitely going for the fences there. A nice, high-level swing there. It would have been a line drive that would have went deep and had a shot to clear the fences here at Melching Field.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away to the 2-hole hitter Fornari. The ever-dangerous Mark Townsend in the on-deck circle. Rossi's 1-2 to Fornari is a blooper foul down the right side. It'll head into the visitors' parking lot here at Melching Field as the count on Hunter Fornari will remain a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, protect your cars over there in the visitor parking territory as fly balls here landed right in that parking lot. That one went directly towards the cars over there, but nice job by Fornari to play defensive mode in the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look for Rossi to go outside here.
The 1-2 from Rossi. He goes low and outside but can't find the zone as he bounces it in for a ball, and the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The corners are still in as Bubba Singster's on the edge of the dirt over there at first base. They're still trying to beam it down to Josh Crouch and stop the bleeding here in DeLand.
2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the second. Rossi's 2-2 to McNamara is a fly ball into right center field. That will drop for a base hit. The throw will come to second, not in time. It's an RBI single for Hunter Fornari. It's a 3-run second for the Suns. 7 straight have reached for DeLand. Bases remain loaded. It's 3-1 Suns.
And Fornari, the opposite of what he did in the first inning. The first inning, he had a nice fly ball to left field. That was a well-hit ball. That one just a blooper that once again finds the gap between Taylor and Candy in between that short right field over there as Candy got a good jump on the ball, Ryan. It's not like he took a step back. He got a good jump. It just landed a few feet in front of him, and bases loaded once again, and it's the heaviest hitter in the lineup, Mark Townsend. He has the opportunity to break this wide open.
Alan Alonso came out of the dugout. He made the first out of the inning as Townsend hits a ground ball towards second. Only play will be to first. Trent Taylor, I think he was frustrated on that he couldn't make the turn. It's an RBI ground out for Mark Townsend. It scores Tim Dixon, and the Suns lead it here in the second inning, 4-1. McNamara gets to third, Fornari gets to second, and the 9th hitter of the inning will come to the plate in the person of Brandon Hilton.
And if you're Mark Townsend, that's all you had to do, just not hit it towards the corners, as Taylor and Villman were both in double play situations. That's where they were lined up there at the edge of the dirt, almost into the outfield, and just like that, that was able to score Tim Dixon home, and 2 runners in scoring position for Brandon Hilton.
Second and third, Hilton holds up on a pitch high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes to Brandon Hilton, the 9th hitter of this second inning for the Suns as they lead the Rats 4-1. The 1-0 pitch from Tony Rossi is taken below the knees of Brandon Hilton. It's 2 balls and no strikes to the big redshirt freshman out of Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
With 2 away here, the infield will return to their normal depth positions as Tony Rossi needs to focus on the 6'7" Brandon Hilton. An absolutely beast at the plate.
2-0, big swing and a miss as Rossi went back low and got Hilton to try to golf out an 89-mile-an-hour fastball unsuccessfully, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Brandon Hilton, like you said, Ryan, a nice big swing there, just wasn't able to produce contact. He's only played in 8 games this year, 8 for 29 with 6 RBIs. He's also walked 5 times as well.
2-1 pitch misses the zone, ball 3. Rossi in danger of walking the bases loaded, and now the question would become is if you're the Sanford River Rats, if Hilton walks here, how quickly do you start the action in the bullpen? Try to keep this game within striking distance. Sanford's got a big offense that can come back. As the 3-1 delivery, Hilton fouls off, and the count is full 3-2.
And Ryan, in a situation like this, if Tony Rossi were to get pulled early, the go-to reliever that can pitch long numbers of innings would be Rollin Layton. But Rollin Layton is scheduled to start tomorrow, so he's not going to be the one out of the bullpen. You would look for a guy like maybe Joel Rivero, who the last time he pitched here in DeLand went 4 innings and only gave up 1 hit in relief.
The full count delivery is swung on and missed, strike 3. It was in fact tipped by Hilton, but back into the glove of Crouch, and the inning is over. But a 4-run second inning for the DeLand Suns. RBI hit by pitches to Dixon and McNamara, an RBI single by Fornari, and an RBI ground out by Townsend. Has the Suns on top. We go to the top of the 3rd inning from Melching Field. It's DeLand 4, Sanford 1 as you're watching Florida League Playoffs on YouTube. The first pitch at the top of the 3rd inning is in the zone for a strike, 0-1. As the next pitch, 90 miles an hour high and outside, it's 1-1. As Sanford will look to work from behind with the top of the order, Dilbert, Farmer, and Broyles. 1-1 pitch, high and outside again. Trying to go up over the top that time was Chobin. He misses. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Dilbert had the leadoff double first pitch. He swung at it, and he's going to watch that one go by. A good take there from Dilbert as it's a ball high and outside. But that first pitch back in the first inning, it was a double, and he was able to eventually score. He is the lone run for the Rats today. He's playing in his home stadium. He is a Stetson Hatter. He has the green cleats out today. He told me he was trying to rep Stetson and get some luck here.
4 straight pitches missed the zone from Chobin to Austin Dilbert after a first pitch strike. Austin Dilbert will stand on first with nobody out and bring up the 2-hole hitter for Sanford and Justin Farmer.
And Ryan, I can almost guarantee it. Austin Dilbert is going to be trying to steal here. He's arguably the fastest guy on this Rats roster. He's second in the team and second in the league in stolen bases. He's got 19 on the year. He's going to be going.
First pitch, Chobin in the zone on the inside corner for a strike, 88 miles an hour. Starts the count on Justin Farmer. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Chobin to Farmer. Broyles and Crouch will follow. The 0-1 coming from Brady Chobin. Set from the stretch. He will step off the rubber.
Yeah, he's just trying to play mind games right now with Austin Dilbert, who, like I mentioned, he's always in attack mode on the base paths. As Justin Farmer in his last at bat, a nice opposite hit that found the gap between first and second.
Big swing and a miss on an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Brady Chobin. Gets ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Chobin looking for the first out of the inning. He's ahead 0-2. Sets himself on the mound from the belt. The 0-2 pitch from Chobin. Great breaking ball in there, strike 3. Dropped into the zone to Justin Farmer, and there's 1 gone in inning number 3 for the 3-hole hitter in Thomas Broyles.
Yeah, Brady Chobin, nice job there of getting Justin Farmer to not swinging that one. It was a nice pitch there from Chobin, and 3 strikes gets Farmer out of that one, and that means Thomas Broyles, who has the RBI tonight on the sacrifice, will step into the box.
Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Next pitch from Chobin. First pitch of the at-bat, misses outside for a ball 1-0 to the 3-hole hitter in Thomas Broyles.
And right now, if you're Thomas Broyles, you just want to push Austin Dilbert over. I'm surprised he hasn't attempted a steal yet as he takes off there.
Takes off there, outside pitch, throw down to second base, and see ya. Rodrigo Montenegro does it again. He throws out Austin Dilbert, and there's 2 gone in inning number 3 as Montenegro throws out the Stetson Hatter in Dilbert.
Yeah, I think the entire Suns roster knew that steal was coming at some point. Almost a picture-perfect throw there from Montenegro. Beautiful throw down the gap there. That's going to be a nice hit from Broyles.
Inning over as the throw to first base by Joe McNamara is in time, and it's an unconventional 1-2-3 inning worked by Brady Chobin. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with your score. DeLand leads Sanford 4-1. Bottom half of inning number 3, Alonso Montenegro and Burke will face Tony Rossi as he tries to bounce back from a tough 2nd inning. He misses low and outside on his first delivery to Alonso, 1-0. And we talked about it off air, but you can't go to the bullpen this early in the game. there'd be a thought for it if, say, Townsend or Hilton had run into one and made this game 7 or 8-1 as the next pitch catches the inside corner for a strike 1-1. But in a 3-run ball game, in a 3-game series, you can't waste your bullpen tonight and try to get 6 innings or so out of them when you're going to need them at least tomorrow. And if this game goes to a game 3, you're going to need them on Thursday. Alonso chops one foul down the left side. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Ryan, I 100% agree with you. We were talking about it off air, like you said, and we both agreed on it. There's no way that if you're Coach Montero, you're looking at the bullpen right now. Rossi hasn't pitched bad. He's given up 3 hits. Obviously, those 2 hit by pitches got away from him. That's not what you want to see from your starting pitcher, obviously, but he can clean up those mistakes. Rossi's just got to settle in here and give up a few scoreless innings.
Gets a high pop fly down the first base side. Sangster gives it a chase, but it's out of play, and the count on Alan Alonso will remain 1-2 strikes.
Alan Alonso led off the second inning. He got that leadoff single, which started a string of, I believe, if I'm right, 7 straight Suns players that got on base.
First 7 of the inning all reached base. 2 hits, 3 free passes. 3 hits, 3 free passes, and a fielder's choice. The 1-2 pitch misses low and outside for a ball, and the count is even. On the 5-hole hitter in the Suns' order, Alan Alonso, it's 2-2 strikes. If the Suns win today, it would guarantee that we will come back to Melching Field at one point or another. It would either be for Game 3 Thursday night or for the Florida League Finals. The 2-2 pitch misses upstairs for a ball. It's full 3-2. The other game, 5-2 Winter Park in the bottom of the 4th inning at Sanford Memorial. That series will shift to Pat Thomas Stadium in Leesburg tomorrow night, while this series heads to Sanford. The 3-2 pitch from Tony Rossi is a line drive towards short. It one-hops Francis Villeman, whose throw across the diamond beats Alonso by a couple of steps. Alonso put out on the ground out. There's 1 gone in inning number 3 to bring up Rodrigo Montenegro.
And Ryan, that play right there from Francis Villeman to Bubba Sangster has been an issue all season long when Francis Villeman is not out there. He missed that about 10-day period where he didn't play due to the foot injury, and Sam LaFontaine filled in a lot of the time at shortstop, and they struggled a lot. A lot of fielding errors happened there. Francis Villeman has been very consistent, though. They are happy to see him back for the playoffs. It's a very routine play. That's the second time tonight that he's made that play.
First pitch of the at-bat to Montenegro, misses the zone for a ball, 1-0. Into the motion goes Tony Rossi, his 1-0 to Montenegro. The breaking ball tries to catch the inside corner. It does not, and the count on Montenegro runs to 2-0.
Montenegro, last time he was up, he was really patient, was able to get on with the walk. It pushed Alonso over to second base, and right here Montenegro has a 2-0 count once again. Very patient and having a good eye at the plate.
2-0 pitch outside again, and Montenegro way out in front. 3 balls and no strikes. And the other bit of information that's worth keeping track of, this will be pitch number 55 through 2 1/3 innings for Tony Rossi. So that may become what pulls him out of the game quicker. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike to Montenegro, and the count is 3-1.
Ryan, if that pitch count gets too high up, we talked about it. It's not smart to go to the bullpen this early yet, but Coach Montero might have his wrist pulled a little bit if he gets up to 80, 90 pitches.
Breaking ball 3-1, misses the zone high and outside, and Montenegro draws his second walk in as many plate appearances. And the guy that you throw in Game 1 of the finals, you can bring back if you get a long start out of him usually in Game 3, because that guy would be on 5 days rest. Game 2, Game 3, off day, Game 1, Game 2. You can bring back your Game 1 starter in Game 3 of the finals. That's how the Suns did it last year. They threw Jesus Feloy against the River Rats in Game 1. He outdueled Vlad Nunez. And the top 2 pitchers in the league met up in that game. 2-1 Suns over the Rats. The Suns then didn't have the use of Feloy until they got to a decisive Game 3 of the Florida League Finals against Winter Park. They went back to Feloy and got a 7-inning complete game victory to clinch the Florida League title 12-1. So in all likelihood, these pitchers are going to be down for the rest of the playoffs unless their team gets to the Florida League Finals and gets to a Game 3. Then you can bring that pitcher back. Officially, you only have to rest for 4 days, but as we talked about off air as well, if you throw a kid 95 pitches and bring him back 4 days later as Burke swings and misses 0-1, you might be getting a phone call from a college coach saying, why on earth is my kid throwing 4 days after he threw 95 pitches?
And I can guarantee you, Ryan, Coach Montero does not want to burn that bridge between these college coaches and him. And you can tell that he's going to take as much rest as Tony Rossi needs. But right now with the 4-1 game, one runner on that one is taken there by Joe Burke, who he reached on a single last time he was up. Tony Rossi has to start producing. You can't let the game get too out of hand. You don't want to just throw in the towel for game one and have to win back-to-back games. If you're Coach Montero, it's got to be at least a thought.
Swing and a miss by Joe Burke. 1 ball and 2 strikes is your count as Montenegro stands on first. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning. Suns on top of the Sanford River Rats, 4-1. One ball, 2 strikes from Rossi. Gets his sign, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Joe Burke, and he is set down on strikes for the second out of the 3rd inning to bring up Garrett Wallace.
Obviously, that's a huge strikeout there, but that's pitch number 60 already, Ryan. We're only through 2 2/3 of innings pitched from Rossi. You want your starter to go 5 innings at the least in playoff baseball. Right now, if he has another long 4th inning, it might not reach that 5-inning magic number.
First pitch of the at-bat, in the zone for a strike to Wallace, 0-1. This is just the 2nd time in Florida League history that these two franchises have met up in the playoffs. The first was last year. As the 0-1 pitch to Garrett Wallace is in the dirt, Montenegro will take off on the wild pitch, and the Suns have another runner in scoring position as the wild pitch moves Montenegro up to second with 2 outs and a 1-1 count on Garrett Wallace.
Yeah, this has been an issue for the Rats all season. Wild pitches and passed balls have resulted in easy bases given up for their opposing teams. That right there, that will push Montenegro over to second. Now he's in scoring position, and that one way high and inside.
89 miles an hour comes high and tight to Garrett Wallace. 2 balls and a strike. Wallace reached on a fielder's choice. He hit a ground ball to third with the bases loaded that saw Alonso put out. He then came around to score on Hunter Fornari's RBI single, the only RBI hit of that inning. Hit by pitch, single, and a ground out got the 4 runs in. 2-1 to Wallace, catches the inside corner for a strike, and it's deuces wild to the upstate Spartan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Tony Rossi's a guy that likes to work these pitch counts up. He does have a ball to work with, but at this point in the game, Ryan, every pitch that Rossi throws is a crucial one due to that high pitch count that he's already worked up. Wouldn't be surprised if he just attacks him with a fastball here that might be a tad low, but is a certain strike.
Time is called at the plate as a 2-2 pitch ready to come to Garrett Wallace. Suns lead 4-1, bottom of the 3rd inning from Melching Field in DeLand. Game 1 of the Florida League Semifinals. The deuces wild delivery to Wallace is swung on and missed, strike 3, as Rossi gets back-to-back strikeouts. It strands Montenegro on second base. We've played 3 innings from Melching Field in DeLand. Your score is the DeLand Suns 4, the Sanford River Rats 1, as you're watching Florida League Baseball on YouTube. The first pitch of the top of the fourth inning to the cleanup hitting Josh Crouch. Misses low and outside for a ball 1-0. 3 strong innings of work from Brady Chobin. As that ball lined into left field, it'll drop in for a base hit in front of Mark Townsend. Josh Crouch has his first hit of the ball game. Hit number 4 on the game for the Sanford River Rats. Puts a runner on first with nobody out here in the fourth for the 5-hole hitting Francis Villeman.
I mentioned it the last time Crouch was up. He ended the season in just the 9 games that he played, batting .423. He was on fire. Crouch trying to pick up where he left off right there, and he does with a nice piece of hitting. He's on at first, and if you're the Rats right now, all you have to do is just try to gain 1 run at a time, cut into this lead. There's still a lot of baseball left to be played.
Brady Chobin's first pitch of the at-bat is a pop-up up and out of play. Starts the count on Francis Villeman 0-1 at 89 miles an hour. Candy in the on-deck circle would represent the tying run should Villeman get aboard, but the Suns would love to extinguish everybody as the middle infield is back. They'd love to turn to the 0-1 from Chobin. Great breaking ball, misses high and inside, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike.
Francis Villeman, before he got hurt, was playing lights-out baseball. He was a heavy home run hitter that was driving in runs. He was right up there with Thomas Broyles and Jared Candy in the team lead for RBIs. That's a nice strike there from Chobin to make it a 1-2 count. And I mentioned it, but Villeman on the year had a total of 4 home runs. He had 23 RBIs. That does place him behind Candy and Broyles, but it's third best on the team.
Chobin's 1-2, ground ball to short. On to second in time. Fornari to McNamara to Burke, and there's 2 gone in the fourth inning. A 6-4-3 double play. Gets Crouch and Villeman. Chobin gets exactly what he asked for from his defense, and there's 2 gone. And even bigger for the Suns, they clear the bases. They make Jared Candy hit with nobody on.
And that's a huge play for the Suns. Exactly what you did not want to do for Francis Villeman. That's literally the worst case scenario for the Rats. You don't want to ground into a double play. You need base runners right now as Candy swings on that one, strike 1. Candy this season, obviously he was tied for the league record throughout about half the season with 9 home runs, but he is a strikeout victim as well. Towards the end of the season, he was swinging and coming up empty a lot. He has a total of 20 strikeouts, or I take that back, rather 11 strikeouts. Wow, my bad. A total of 31 strikeouts.
1-1 pitch, just a little low and outside. 2 balls and a strike on Jared Candy. Bases empty, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Suns lead the Rats 4-1 thanks to a 4-run second. 2-1 pitch, and Chobin dialed it up 90 miles an hour right down Broadway for a strike. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild to Jared Candy. The 2-2 pitch from Chobin. Got him swinging, strike 3. Excellent breaking ball from Brady Chobin. Punches Jared Candy. Strikeout number 4 on the game by Brady Chobin as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Suns look to open it up. They lead 4-1. The first pitch to the bottom of the fourth inning to Tim Dixon. Misses the zone for a ball, 1-0. Suns 4, Rats 1. Bottom of the fourth inning from Melching Field. As the 1-0 delivery to Tim Dixon is in there for a strike at 73 miles an hour. It's 1-1. Again, if the Suns win tonight, they guarantee that they will come back here at least one more time this season. As the 1-1 pitch to Tim Dixon is low and inside for a ball, 2-1.
Tim Dixon, the one that was the first of the back-to-back hit by pitches in the last inning. Him and Joe McNamara both hit, and he was the last run across the plate for the Suns.
2-1 pitch. Did Dixon go around? No, he did not. And the pitch is 3-1. A little surprised that Crouch didn't ask on that one. But the count is 3-1. If the Suns win, they would either come back here for Game 3 of the semi, should the Rats hold serve at home tomorrow, as the 3-1 pitch is lined into right field, sailing a little bit, but there is Jared Candy, and Dixon put down on the flyout for out number 1. If the Suns win today and followed up with a win tomorrow, they would host either Game 1 or Game 2 of the Florida League Finals. Game 1 if Leesburg got through, and Game 2 if Winter Park got through. Winter Park playing their home games in the playoffs at Sanford.
And that's the case scenario for both teams, as the Rats and the Suns both have a better seeding than Leesburg, but obviously not better than the number 1 Winter Park Diamond Dogs.
First pitch to Joe McNamara in the zone for a strike, 0-1. No matter what, assuming that the arrangement stays the same as the 0-1 delivery, low and outside for a ball, 1-1, the Rats would play Game 1 of the Florida League Finals in Sanford. If it's them and the Lightning, they would be the home team. If it's them and the Dogs are using Seminole County's Sanford Memorial Stadium as their home base because it drains better and is more proof to the weather than the First Academy is. So if they play the Dogs, in theory, all 3 of those games would be played at Sanford Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, unless there's a late change to that, which we were talking about that off air as well. It'd be interesting to see Sanford play all 3 games theoretically at home. Don't know if that would be a league change or not.
2-1 pitch in the zone for a strike, 2-2, and at least in the first series, that's why you're seeing Winter Park play at Sanford, because the home field advantage is just too great at Leesburg to play all 3 games there. So playing it at a neutral site in Sanford, we'll see if it's the Dogs and the Rats in the finals, whether they would move it to another neutral site such as DeLand or Leesburg. The 2-2 pitch misses the zone for a ball, and the count is full, 3-2 on Joe McNamara. Tony Rossi at 74 pitches, but no action is up in the bullpen. Got to believe the thought from Josh Montero is, I'm going to run him up to 100 and then take him out of the game. The 3-2 pitch, McNamara swings and misses as Rossi has dialed in since that rough start to the second inning. He has now struck out 4 of his last 7, and there's 2 gone here in the 4th inning for the 2-hole hitter in Hunter Fornari.
Yeah, Rossi on the night has 5 strikeouts. It's what he's been doing all season long. He had 36 on the year. It's just tonight, those 4 earned runs all came in the bottom of the second inning where the 2 hit-by pitches killed him. Now he's just trying to fight back, going up against Hunter Fornari now.
First pitch of the at-bat to Fornari, 89 miles an hour on the inside corner for a strike, and the count on Fornari is 0-1. A run on 4 hits for Sanford, 4 runs on 3 hits for DeLand. The Sanford run was in the top of the first. The Suns' run was 4 in the second. Fornari chops one foul down the third base side, and he finds himself down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes as Rossi will throw his 79th pitch of the outing in inning number 4. 5th inning for Sanford. Bottom of the order, Heron, Sangster, Taylor. As Chobin has faced just 3 more than the minimum. 0-2, high and outside for a ball. I think Rossi thought he had gotten strike 3 there, but he'll head back onto the mound to throw a 1-2 pitch to Fornari with the ever-dangerous Mark Townsend waiting the on-deck circle. The 1-2 to Fornari. Big breaking ball in there, strike 3. For the second inning in a row, back-to-back strikeouts end the inning for Tony Rossi. He has ended the inning with a strikeout every inning thus far today, but through 4 innings at Melching Field, it's the DeLand Suns that hold the advantage. It's Suns 4, Rats 1 after 4. Top half of inning number 5, Brady Chobin has been phenomenal through 4. He's back on the bump for inning number 5 to face the bottom of the order in Herron, Sangster, and Taylor. Lights are on here at Melching Field, but still some light left in the sky as a nice breaking ball in there from Chobin. Starts the count, no balls and a strike. Suns with a 4-run second have a 3-run lead. 0-1 comes high and inside to the 7-hole hitting Jared Herron, and the count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Jared Herron, a guy that has come alive. Ladies, a deep ball threat at all times, including a pinch hit home run he had late last week.
1-1 pitch misses low and outside for a ball, and the count now 2 balls and a strike from Brady Chobin. The other game in the Florida League, 6-2 Winter Park on top of Leesburg as the 2-1 pitch foul back to the screen, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Chobin obviously gave up that run early on in the game in the top of the first. Since then, though, he's pitched really well for the DeLand Suns. He did give up those 2 hits. Obviously, since then, only 2 in the 3 innings since.
A runner is reached in every inning of this game for Sanford. But each of the last 2 innings, that runner was put out on a caught stealing and a double play as the 3-2 from Chobin continues the streak. As for the 4th time in 5 innings, the leadoff runner is aboard for the Rats. A double in the first, and then a walk in the third, a single in the fourth, and now a walk in the 5th brings up Bubba Sangster.
And with that, obviously getting the leadoff runner on has been a common theme tonight for the Rats, but Bubba Sangster, who struck out last time, has got to come up to the plate and get that runner into scoring position. They've stranded that leadoff runner in the past 3 innings.
Sangster waves at the first delivery of the at-bat, finds himself down in the count 0-1. Chobin at 56 pitches, so still plenty of time for him. But the left-hander Brandon Castle is up in the pen. The 0-1 pitch is a tapper back to the mound. Chobin will throw to second base, and it is in time. Herron tried to take out the covering Fornari, but Fornari able to hold on to the baseball. Sangster reaches on a fielder's choice, but the lead runner in Herron is put out for out number 1 to bring up the 9-hole hitter Trent Taylor.
Nice heads-up play there by Chobin to try to go for the double play situation. I don't think that the infield was thinking he was going to turn to him. I think Coach Hall's going to go check out Hunter Fornari.
I think Rick Hall is actually going to come in and talk to the umpire to say that was a takeout slide and that Sangster should be ruled out at first on interference.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Ryan. That's exactly what he's arguing right now. He's pointing to the plate exactly where Herron slid at. He's telling him he went straight for the legs. We'll see if the umpire agrees with him.
more than likely not going to get the call, but Rick Hall is certainly arguing his case. And you can see essentially the argument for Rick Hall is that, look, that was an unsafe play. He was trying to take my shortstop out, realized he was going to be out on the play, and was trying to take my shortstop out. Hall, though, will head back to the dugout, and there will be a runner on first with one gone in the inning for Trent Taylor. Guy that is pretty double play immune, given his speed down the line, would need something hit pretty hard at one of those middle infielders for them to turn it quickly enough to get him.
Bubba Sangster, though, not the fastest guy. If they wanted to turn two, Bubba Sangster is an easy one to get, but you're right, Taylor probably either the fastest or the second fastest guy on this Rats team. Him and Dilbert, both very fast runners around the paths as he watches the ball go outside there, 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes, the 1-0. Chobin gets it fouled back to the screen by Taylor, and it's aces while the ball, a strike, and an out. Bottom 5, it'll be the heart of the Suns order. Townsend, Hilton, and Alonso. Been relatively quiet today, 1 for 5. The only hit was the single from Alonso that started that 4-run second inning. 1-1, fouled off down the left side by Taylor, and the count moves to 1-2 on Sanford's 9-hole hitter. One ball, 2 strikes from Brady Chobin. He'll turn and throw over to first base. It will chase Bubba Sangster back to the first base back. Sangster not a stolen base threat, but love to keep him closer to the bag to try to make a double play a little bit easier. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Top of the 5th inning, 4-1 DeLand. Chobin will again turn and throw to first. It chases Sangster back to the bag.
Taylor right now has just got to get a runner in scoring position. It'll be something that'll ignite some excitement out of this Rats offense.
1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Brady Chobin picks up punch out number 5. He's had 1 in every inning thus far today. He gets Trent Taylor swinging, and there's 2 gone in inning number 5 for the top of the Sanford order and Austin Dilbert.
And that was a great decision by Chobin on that one. Trent Taylor swings a lot on things outside. Taylor wishes that he had that one back as Austin Dilbert is back in for his 3rd plate appearance of the day.
First pitch of the at-bat, high and outside for a ball, 1-0. From the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. In the dirt for a ball, and the count quickly on Austin Dilbert goes 2 balls and no strikes.
Austin Dilbert has reached base on a double in the 1st and then a walk in the 3rd, trying to make it 3 plate appearances, 3 times reaching bases. Right now, Bubba Sangster continues to be on first base. It would be another stranded runner for the Rats, something that they have not been able to produce since the 1st inning.
Bouncing ball right side through for a base hit. Staying at second will be Bubba Sangster, and the tying run will come to the plate in the person of Justin Farmer. Sangster on second, Dilbert on first, as he has reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances today. 5th hit of the game for the Rats brings up Justin Farmer.
And Justin Farmer is a guy that finds gaps in the infield and the outfield. He has the 2nd highest batting average in the league. This is who you want at the plate if you're the Rats. A guy that makes solid contact, can get balls in the gap. And right now, he's got a runner in scoring position, could bring Bubba Sangster home.
Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball by Justin Farmer. An excellent pitch by Brady Chobin. Gets ahead, no balls and a strike. Chobin trying to finish out a 4th consecutive scoreless frame, but 2 on, 2 out for the 2-hole hitter Farmer. The 0-1 is in the dirt, kept in front of him by Montenegro, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike, time is called.
Chobin realizing this is a big at-bat. You don't want to surrender any runs. You know both these offenses can produce in big numbers. You don't want to keep the momentum going in the Rats' favor right now.
That one will briefly get away. Montenegro will throw down to third. It is not in time. The 1-1 pitch misses the zone ahead to third base. On the wild pitch goes Bubba Sangster, and the count on Justin Farmer is now 2 balls and a strike.
Interesting move by Bubba Sangster on that one. He's not the fastest guy in this Rats lineup. For him to take a chance like that, he was safe, but it was a risky play.
The 2-1 from Chobin is lifted into deep center field. Dixon will race back. It will be caught. Tim Dixon goes all the way back about 380 feet from home plate, but he chases down the long fly ball by Justin Farmer and takes away probably 2 runs with Dilbert at first. Another scoreless inning worked by Brady Chobin as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5 from DeLand. Your score, the DeLand Suns are on top of the Sanford River Rats 4-1. First pitch of the bottom of the 5th inning, Mark Townsend sends it foul down the left side of the field. No balls and a strike on the 3-hole hitter in the DeLand order. Suns lead the Rats 4-1. As a nice defensive play by Tim Dixon snuffed out a scoring opportunity for Sanford. In the top half of inning number 5, Rossi's 0-1 is a chopper towards Trent Taylor at second. He charges and throws to first in time. Townsend is put down on the ground out. There's 1 gone in inning number 5 to bring up the designated hitter 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts in Brandon Hilton.
All season long, Townsend's been the one producing for the Suns. Here tonight, though, he does have the sacrifice, but besides that, Townsend has not been able to produce a lot for the Suns. He had that RBI, like I said, off the sacrifice back in inning number 2 for the Suns, but right now they're finding success in other parts of their lineup as Hilton right now trying to get it started for the Suns in this inning.
Tries to golf one out at 78 miles an hour. It is swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Broyles, Crouch, Villeman, heart of the order for Sanford in the top half of inning number 6. The 0-1 delivery from the right-hander. Fouled off from Rossi to Hilton, and the count no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Righty on lefty. The 0-2 pitch from Tony Rossi. In the dirt for a ball. Skipping out of the way is Brandon Hilton. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. As for Tony Rossi, this will be pitch number 86 on the night. But still no action is up in the bullpen.
Yeah, I think right now Montero's thinking 100 pitches. We're taking him out. He's going to try to get Rossi to go as long as possible. See if he can get out of this inning in a few pitches.
Can't get out of this at bat on that pitch as it misses outside to Hilton. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Winter Park continues to pour it on. They lead Leesburg 8-2 in the top of the 7th inning in Sanford in Game 1 of that semifinal. 2-2 to Hilton, swung on and missed strike 3. Hilton has gone down 3 straight times on strikeouts, and there's 2 gone in inning number 5 to bring up the right fielder in Alan Alonso, as trying to get through 5 innings is Tony Rossi, with the heart of the order, Broyles, Crouch, Villeman coming up for the Rats.
Rossi has had Hilton's number all night long. He's been going low, and Hilton's been golfing for him, just like you said, Ryan. That strikeout number 3. So Alan Alonso, who's had a little bit more production tonight, got the single, also grounded out. He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Nice breaking ball in the zone for a strike to Alan Alonso, 0-1. Dating back to Hilton ending the second, 6 of 10 have been struck out by Tony Rossi. He's got 7 for the game as the 0-1 pitch to Alan Alonso swung on and missed again, and looking to work pretty much the exact same inning as he has in the third and fourth. The third got the first guy to ground out and the last 2 to strike out. First guy to fly out, last 2 to strike out in the fourth. First guy to ground out and trying to get the last 2 to strike out here in inning number 5. Rossi deals the 0-2 pitch. It is down the middle, strike 3. Tony Rossi with 8 strikeouts on the game. He has been dominant since the second, but that second is the difference in the ball game as we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Suns lead it 4-1. The first pitch of the top of inning number 6 is a strike delivered to Thomas Broyles, 0-1. Another fastball from Brady Chobin, who has been excellent tonight for the Suns. He will catch the zone again on the inner half breaking ball. It's 0-2 on the Missouri Tiger in Broyles.
Yeah, Chobin, like I said, in the last inning he was at the mound as Broyles pops that one up.
Popped up into foul ground on the left side. Underneath it is the third baseman, Garrett Wallace. He makes the play, and there's 1 gone here in inning number 6 for Josh Crouch, who's 1 for 2 with a single today.
Like I was saying, in the first inning he gave up that run, but since then Chobin has been going through this Rats lineup with ease. His last outing that he started, he picked up the win against Winter Park. He only allowed 2 hits there. Chobin, 3.52 ERA. That was his only win of the season, though, against Winter Park.
Rick Hall deciding late in the season we're going to use him in a starting role He dominated Winter Park, and he has been excellent again today. This is now his longest outing of the season, but he has continued to throw the ball well. He misses on the first delivery to Crouch, though. 1 ball and no strikes.
Josh Crouch singled the last time he was at the plate. That was back in inning number 4.
Swung on and missed on the 1-0 delivery. It's Aces Wild 1-1 as right-handed action is up in the pen for the Rats. Left-handed action up in the pen for DeLand as the 1-1 from Brady Chobin is high and inside for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike from Chobin, who's up at 74 pitches, I should say, on the game.
I believe that's Nick Cummings in the pen for the Rats.
2-1 is inside for a ball. It's 3 balls and a strike from Chobin to Crouch. Francis Villeman 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs, stands in the on-deck circle for Sanford.
Right now with 1 out, Crouch has got to channel in his success he's had this year.
Fouls off the 3-1 delivery, and the count is full on Josh Crouch. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Winter Park has taken an 8-2 lead over Leesburg. Winter Park doing what they've done all season long, taking care of business.
3-2 pitch, misses high and inside, ball 4. And for the 6th inning in a row, Sanford has a base runner. 3 of the last 4 innings, it's been via the walk as Josh Crouch is aboard with 1 gone here in the frame. And the shortstop, Francis Villeman, will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Back to the pitcher in the first and hit into a 6-4-3 double play to erase a Crouch single in the 4th.
And you get a base runner on base every single inning, but you only produce 1 run in one of those innings. That's not the type of success the Rats have seen all season long from their bats and their base runners, as that's a ball low and outside to Villeman. But right here with Crouch, he's also not the fastest guy, just like St. last time. Let's see if he takes a chance here.
The 1-0 pitch from Chobin. Fouled back to the screen. Pitch was a little low, but Villeman hacked at it. And it's Aces Wild 1-1. Gotta believe this is the final inning for Chobin. And the Suns bullpen will try to get the final 9 outs of the game and take a 1-0 lead. Sanford, though, still with 11 outs to play with. The 1-1 pitch from Brady Chobin. Big swing and a miss on a nice breaking ball from Chobin. Gets ahead of Francis Villeman. A ball and 2 strikes.
And if you're Chobin here, keep attacking low. That's 2 straight pitches that Villeman has went fishing. On the first one, he barely tapped the baseball to go foul. That one, he came up empty. Wouldn't be surprised if Chobin goes right back at it.
He does. In there, strike 3. Goes to the letters of Francis Villeman. Changed the eye level. Went low, low, and then came high. Villeman couldn't pick it up. It's in the zone for strike 3. Villeman 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. And if the Rats are going to get anything going in the 6th, it's going to have to come from Jared Candy.
Yeah, that pitch right there was just right over the heart of the plate. Francis Villeman just froze, didn't know what to do. He was probably expecting another one low again.
First pitch in there for a strike to Jared Candy, 0-1. Chobin trying to lock down a 5th consecutive scoreless inning and give DeLand all they could possibly want out of their starter. The 0-1 pitch from Brady Chobin is fouled off. The Suns will scramble out of the way as, it looks like Clay Allen was the one that actually recovered the baseball. And now ahead in the count is Brady Chobin on Jared Candy. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, almost took out the heads of a couple Suns players over in the home dugout on third base.
0-2 pitch. Misses high for a ball, trying to gas up the fastball. That time was Chobin, and the count is 1-2.
If the Suns can find the same success from their bullpen that they have from Chobin, they're probably going to come out of this one with the win. Chobin, excellent start.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brady Chobin strikes out Jared Candy. 5 consecutive scoreless frames from Brady Chobin. 7 strikeouts for the Marshall product. And going to the bottom of the 6th inning in DeLand, the Suns lead the Rats 4-1. Bottom of the sixth inning, Montenegro, Burke, and Wallace to hit for the DeLand Suns as they'll face a new pitcher for the Sanford River Rats as they'll turn to one of their prospect showcase products in Nick Cummings. Cummings, the right-hander, making his 8th appearance of the summer in a Rats jersey. He also pitched in the prospect showcase. He'll face Montenegro, Burke, and Wallace. First pitch of the inning from Nick Cummings. This is high and outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
Nick Cummings this year has a 2.89 ERA. He's appeared in 7 games. He was a late addition. Friends and teammates with Brock Myers in high school. Cummings, though, he has a pair of saves, but it's been a hit or miss type of a season for Cummings. Half of his appearances have been great, the other half not what he's liked to see.
A looping line drive in a shallow left field. The shortstop Villeman is back to make the play to retire Rodrigo Montenegro. And there's one gone in the 6th inning. First time Montenegro has been retired today, as that will bring up Joe Burke.
Joe Burke on the night. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Nick Cummings, though, way to sit down Montenegro on that one. Gets him settled in. Cummings, that first batter has been very telling on how his night ends up playing out.
Burke checked his swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. As the Rats continue to throw the ball very, very well, the Suns have not had a hit since the Hunter Fornari single in the 2nd. All 3 DeLand hits came in the 2nd. Not had a hit since, but it's been enough to hang on to the lead thanks to an excellent outing from Chobin as the 0-1 pitch to Burke is in the zone for a strike, and the count on Joe Burke moves to 0-2. Burke trying to get the Suns' first base runner since the Montenegro walk in the 3rd. Cummings' 0-2 pitch is a chopper back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Joe Burke has his 2nd hit of the ball game. It's a single up the middle. The Suns have their first hit since the 2nd, and they've got a runner on first with 1 out for Garrett Wallace.
And that was just a perfect job by Joe Burke on that one to hit it in no man's land between Taylor and Villeman. Villeman almost had it, though, just a few steps too short, as right now the Suns, no pressure, playing pretty freely right now. They have a 3-run lead. They're in the driver's seat right now, pretty comfortable.
First pitch of the at-bat to Garrett Wallace. Misses high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Wallace followed by Tim Dixon. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is high and outside for a ball. And the count on Garrett Wallace now 2 balls and no strikes. Tim Dixon, who drove in the first run of the game for the Suns, stands in the on-deck circle. The 2-0 pitch from Cummings is a high fly ball into deep center field, but not deep enough. Broyles goes back and eventually comes back in to retrieve it. Burke will stay at first, and there's 2 gone. Here in inning number 6 for Tim Dixon with 2 gone.
Very routine catch there by Thomas Broyles. It was a nice piece of hitting from Wallace. Just hung up in the air a little too long. Like I said, though, right now, the Suns have nothing to worry about. With the 3-run lead right now, they are just trying to wear out these Rats pitchers a little bit and try to come out of here with a win and use as much of the bullpen as possible.
First pitch of the at-bat, fouled off by Tim Dixon. Count starts no balls and a strike. It'll be 7-8-9 for Sanford in the 7th. Heron, Sangster, Taylor. Game 2, 6:30 tomorrow night in Sanford. Winner of this game will look for the sweep. The loser of this game will try to force it back to DeLand on Thursday night. The 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball that is in the zone for a strike, and Dixon finds himself down in the count, 0-2. The Suns have sent 4 or less hitters to the plate in every inning of this game, except the 9-hitter second inning. That right now is the difference. The 0-2 pitch is low for a ball from Cummings to Dixon, and the at-bat continues with a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
This is literally a game told by one inning. Ryan, you mentioned it. The only one that mattered was that bottom of the second inning where the Suns put up the 4 spot.
1-ball, 2 strikes the count from Cummings to Dixon. Burke with a short lead off of first base. The 1-2 pitch from Cummings, high and inside. Snap throw back to first is not in time. So the count evens up on Tim Dixon. It's deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, with Joe Burke still standing on first as Crouch's back pick was unsuccessful.
Classic Josh Crouch move on that one. Always trying to get the throw down to first. He tries it every game. He hasn't been successful yet, but that one Joe Burke got back on a short lead.
2-2 pitch is a bouncing ball back up the middle. Shortstop will barehand. The throw to first is not in time. An infield single from Tim Dixon. As another hustle play tonight from Tim Dixon, he was booking it down the line. An excellent play by Villeman to even make it close, but it's an infield single, and the Suns have first and second for the top of the order and Joe McNamara.
Ryan, I know Francis Villeman didn't make the play there, but absolutely beautiful job by Villeman on that one, the barehanded grab. He bobbled it a tad bit, but it was a great play by Villeman to almost get the sprinting Tim Dixon. Nice job by Dixon to beat that throw down, but nonetheless, 2 runners on, but Villeman, you can't fault him for the effort on that one.
First and second, 2 outs for Joe McNamara, who takes a pitch high and outside for a ball, 1-0. McNamara 0 for 2 with an RBI today. Grounded out to short in the first, was plunked in the second, and struck out swinging in the fourth, as Tony Rossi threw 5 strong innings for the Rats, save for 1 bad frame in the second. The 1-0 delivery to McNamara is popped up on the right side. It's going to be in foul ground for Sangster. It will sail, he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. The Suns get their best threat since the second, but cannot capitalize. We've played 6 here in DeLand. The 4-1 lead still intact for the Suns. An absolutely phenomenal outing from Brady Chobin is over. He goes 6 innings, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. But now the bullpen will have to get the final 9 outs to get the Suns up 1-0. And that bullpen will start with Brandon Castle. He'll deal with Jared Herron, who's 1 for 1 today. Swings and misses at the first delivery. It's 0-1.
Yeah, great outing today by Chobin. He did exactly what the DeLand Suns coaching staff wanted from him. He goes 6 innings, a great quality start from your starter. Only 5 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. Great game today from Chobin.
Outside from Castle, 1-1. A 3.79 ERA. He's 2-1 in 13 appearances, 35 2/3 innings, 34 hits, 21 runs, 15 earned, 36 strikeouts, 17 walks on the season for Brandon Castle. The Eckerd Triton will try to get these DeLand Suns their first of the 9 outs they're going to need. A breaking ball will miss outside at 68 miles an hour from Castle. It's 2 balls and a strike to Jared Herron.
Jared Herron has reached base both times he's been at the plate. It was thanks to a single and a walk. Hopefully Herron here can find the same sort of success. The leadoff hitter's done well today for the Rats.
Castle has tried to paint the outside corner twice, has been unsuccessful both times. 3 balls and a strike on Jared Herron. Herron was left on first in the second, put out at second on a fielder's choice in the 5th. 3 balls and a strike from Castle. The 3-1 pitch, lined down the left field line, foul by about 5 feet. Well struck by Herron, but a foul ball down the left field line, and the count fills on the 7-hole hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a great contact hit there from Herron. It was a nice hard hit line drive, just barely tailed foul down the left field line. Herron, if he straightens that one up, it's a solid single or a double.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Jared Herron. Bubba Sangster in the on-deck circle. The 3-2 from Castle is a high pop fly and a shallow right. Back the second baseman in McNamara. He's there to make the play. Herron put out on the pop out, and there's 1 gone in the 7th for Bubba Sangster.
Herron just gets a little bit too much under that one. Exactly the opposite of what happened on that foul ball. That one is just lofted up there for a long time. A trio of Suns players were over there to get a glove on that one. It did go down in the hand of Joe McNamara. So that'll make Bubba Sangster the new hitter for the Rats, and they are 8 outs away. They have to get something going.
First pitch of the at-bat from Castle. Misses low and inside for a ball, 1-0 on Bubba Sangster. 2-3-4 for the Suns in the bottom of the 7th. Fornari, Townsend, and Hilton to try to extend the lead, at least for now. The 1-0 pitch from Castle is fouled off by Sangster, and the count is even at a ball and a strike.
Sangster reached on a fielder's choice last inning. Then he made his way all the way over to third. It was the furthest a Rats base runner has made it since Dilbert came around and scored in the first.
The 1-1 pitch from Castle. Big swing and a miss on a 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball to Bubba Sangster, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Castle looking for the second out of the inning before he faces Trent Taylor. The 1-2 pitch is in there, strike 3. Castle punches Sangster on a breaking ball in the outside corner. 2 up, 2 down from Brandon Castle, and there's 2 gone for Trent Taylor.
And that's the second time tonight Sangster has gone down on strikes, both looking. Sangster on that one just fooled the whole way. He kind of stared up to the Rats dugout and looked lost, as Trent Taylor now the 9-hole hitter tonight. Him and Austin Dilbert all season long have been going back and forth in that 1-hole and the 9-hole. Taylor's got to get something here.
First pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Tomorrow in Sanford, it'll be Austin Wood, the Stetson Hatter, that'll get the baseball, and he'll face Rollin Layton. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is sliced into right field, a base hit over the head of the leaping Joe Burke. Taylor will try for second, but he'll retreat to first wisely, as Alan Alonso with a big arm would have thrown him out. It's a hit for Trent Taylor, and Sanford continues the inning here in the 7th. A runner on first with 2 outs for Austin Dilbert.
And the story now, we know what's going to happen, Ryan. He's going to try to take another base. He was the stolen base champion this year for the Florida Collegiate Summer League. Trent Taylor is a pest around the base paths. He finds a way to end up at third every time he reaches the bases. He's already taken a big 3-step lead.
Pickoff throw to first, not in time from the left-hander Castle. 4-1 DeLand, top of the 7th inning.
This 1-2 punch with Austin Dilbert and Trent Taylor, though, these are the speedsters. When they get on base, it's hard to not let them score.
And thrown away by Castle. Taylor will dig around second. He will head for third, and he will stand on third. First error of the game as that throw is eaten by the Suns. First error of the game committed by DeLand. It's Castle on the errant pickoff throw. Taylor moves up to third, and there's a runner on third with 2 outs, and Austin Dilbert will stand at the plate with a 1-0 count.
And just like I said, Ryan, Taylor finds a way to get on third base. You know, that pickoff attempt both times by Castle were because he knows Trent Taylor is the lead leaguer in stolen bases. You know that he's going to be a threat no matter what. You've got to try to pick him off and hold him. That one just gets away from Joe Burke.
A bunt will be put down. Castle will take it. His throw to first is in time. An attempted bunt for a hit from Austin Dilbert, but Castle cat-like off the mound to throw out Dilbert and end the inning. The Suns give up the 2-out single in the air, but it does no damage. It's stretch time from DeLand. The Suns still lead 4-1. The first pitch breaking ball from Cummings is in the zone for a strike to Hunter Fornari, 0-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, it's 4-1 DeLand on top of Sanford in Game 1 of the FCSL Semifinals. As the 0-1 pitch from the right-hander in Cummings is a ground ball towards short. It will be collected. The throw to first from Billman is in time to retire Hunter Fornari, and there's one gone in inning number 7 for the left fielder Mark Townsend.
And right now, if you're Nick Cummings, you've just got to get yourself out of this inning. Doesn't matter what your pitch count gets up to. It doesn't matter how you get out of this inning. You just cannot allow runs to cross the board. That's how you do it right there. Just get Hunter Fornari to ground out on that one. And it means that Mark Townsend, the heavy hitter, steps into the box.
Runners have emptied for Mark Townsend. He's 0 for 2 today with an RBI. He slices that one foul into the seats. And Townsend finds himself down in the count. No balls and a strike. No balls, 1 strike the count. As into the motion goes Cummings, his 0-1 to Townsend, high and inside for a ball. And the count is aces wild on DeLand's 3-hole hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
It's gone scoreless since the bottom of the second inning. These teams have been getting outs, and both pitching staffs from each team have been working on the mound.
2-1-1 pitch in the zone for a strike to Mark Townsend, and the count moves to 1-2. Cummings trying to retire Mark Townsend. He's been retired twice today on a couple of ground outs to the second baseman. The one in the second did drive in a run, though. The 1-2 pitch, he'll go right back to Trent Taylor. Taylor charges, throw to first in time, and 3 at-bats in a row have seen Mark Townsend retire on a ground out. There's 2 gone in the 7th inning for Brandon Hilton.
Brandon Hilton on the night, 3 strikeouts. You would expect nothing less right now than Nick Cummings to attack him low in the zone. He's been swinging at everything that's gone low.
First pitch will come from the right-hander Cummings. It is low and inside to Brandon Hilton. 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count from Cummings? It'll be Farmer, Broyles, Crouch in the 8th for Sanford. We'll see who the Suns put on the mound, if they'll stick with Castle or try to go back to the bullpen. The 1-0 pitch coming from the right-hander Cummings is a high chopper on the right side of the infield. Will be gloved by the first baseman. Covering is the pitcher. It's a 3-1 putout, 3 groundouts by Cummings here in the 7th. End the inning. We go to the top of the 8th inning. From Melching Field in DeLand, the Suns have the same lead they've had since the 2nd, 4-1. Two, 3, and 4 for the Rats to face Brandon Castle in the top of the 8th inning, whose first pitch of the at-bat to Justin Farmer misses the zone for a ball, 1-0. Suns lead it 4-1. Rats trying to manufacture something in the 8th. They get off to a great start. A single into center by Justin Farmer, his 2nd hit of the ball game, 7th hit of the game for the River Rats, and he stands on first with nobody out here in the 8th inning for the 0-2 Thomas Broyles.
And if you're the Rats, you've got to rally behind that hit from Justin Farmer. Just a beautiful line drive that straight to center field. And that's now 7 hits on the night for the Rats. They've only produced that 1 run in the first inning. That's not typical here. When they get hits like this, they usually are able to score at least 5 runs.
First pitch of the at-bat, misses low and outside. They look to appeal, but no dice. 1 ball, no strikes to Thomas Broyles. If he were to reach, Josh Crouch would represent the tying run. Action is up in the pen for the Suns of the right-handed variety. It's Connor Udell. The 1-0 outside from Brandon Castle. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
2-0 now. You've got to throw a strike if you're Castle. You don't want to give up a walk here that would push Farmer over into scoring position. They've done well keeping that leadoff runner from crossing the plate.
2-0 misses low and outside. It's 3-0 to Thomas Broyles, as Sanford has put a runner on, but has not put the first 2 runners on in an inning since the first, and they got a run in that first inning. 3 balls, no strikes from Castle. The 3-0 pitch from the Triton is in there for a strike on the inner half. 81 miles an hour that time from Castle, and the count is 3-1 on Sanford center fielder.
The SEC product in Broyles had the red light on that one. He dropped the bat before the ball was even over the plate.
3-1 from Castle, misses outside ball 4, and the Rats have the tying run at the plate. Here in the 8th inning, it's first and second, nobody out for Josh Crouch, and here comes Rick Hall. Question will be, is it to pull? And I believe it is. Connor Udell will come in, and he's more than likely going to be charged with getting the final 6 outs. Rats threatening in the 8th. Suns lead it 4-1. The flame-throwing Connor Udell will have to get the Suns out of trouble. Tying run at the plate as the first pitch, 89 miles an hour, fouled back by Crouch. It's 0-1. Udell had one of his best outings of the season last week. He comes to the mound here with a 6.56 ERA. He's 1-1. 23 in a third innings, 23 hits, 19 runs, 17 earned, 18 strikeouts, 18 walks, 18 wild pitches as well, which would not help the Suns in this situation at all, but he pitched very well his last time out. The Suns are hoping they get that Connor Udell in this big spot. Suns need 6 outs to take a 1-0 lead in the series and have a 3-run lead. The tying run is Josh Crouch, who's 1 for 2 today. Udell's 0-1 breaking ball is fouled back to the screen, and Udell is ahead of Crouch, no balls and 2 strikes.
Definitely a good change there from Coach Hall. You've got to take Castle out of the game. He was struggling there, gives up the 2 base runners here as they were the first 2 that came to the plate. Now Josh Crouch, situation now with no outs. He is the tying run.
The 0-2 pitch from Udell is a chopper. A tough play to be made by Udell. His throw to first is in time. What a play from Connor Udell against his momentum. He throws to first. The scoop was made by Joe Burke. Josh Crouch is incensed. He's asking the home plate umpire to ask the umpire at home, and now everybody's going to come in and talk things over.
Yeah, Josh Crouch, it looked like he almost had that one beat. I don't know. It was a close call no matter what decision they make. It was a beautiful effort, though, by Udell.
And he's out.
Josh Crouch not happy with the call. But Udell, you can't knock the guy for that. Beautiful play, probably the play of the night there, as he had no business getting that out.
So second and third, 1 out for Francis Villeman. A big first out by Udell. His first pitch of the next at-bat is a high chopper. It's going to be enough to get the run in. Collected, throw to first in time. The Suns will take that. They get Francis Villeman for out number 2. Justin Farmer comes in to score. It's an RBI ground out by Villeman. Broyles ahead to third for Jared Candy.
The Suns take that, but if you're the Rats, you do too. You get the run on the board. That's what you need. I know you get the out, but still a 4-2 ball game. Now you cut that deficit to 2 runs. There is Thomas Broyles still on third with Jared Candy at the plate.
Udell, 92 miles an hour on the outer half for a strike, 0-1. Candy is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts on the game. Suns lead the Rats 4-2, top of the 8th. 0-1 breaking ball misses high and outside, and the count is even on Jared Candy, a ball and a strike.
And if you're Udell here, you have to keep attacking with that breaking ball. If you lay a fastball over the heart of the plate, Candy will make you pay.
The 1-1 pitch right down Broadway at 91 miles an hour from Udell, and he's ahead of Candy 1-2.
And Montero clapping, trying to get some motivation from Candy. He's got to swing the bat here. This 1-2 pitch, unless it is way outside the zone, Candy's going to be swinging.
The 1-2 from Udell. Just missed low and outside. Udell thought he had strike 3. The Suns thought they had strike 3. A beautiful breaking ball just misses low and outside, and the count on Candy is 2-2.
Yeah, that was close from Candy. I'm surprised he didn't take a whack at that one.
The 2-2 pitch. Udell gasses it up, and the Suns thought they had it again. Burke took a couple steps in, but the count is full on Candy, 3-2, as Candy tries to put the tying run on for Jared Herron.
Udell is coming close to this strike zone. It's hitting.
Chopper towards short, collected by Fornari. Throw to first, in time, inning over. Connor Udell comes on and gets 3 straight groundouts. Farmer comes in, but the Suns get out of major damage. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning from Melching Field with your score. It's DeLand 4, Sanford 2. Bottom of the 8th inning, Suns looking for some insurance against Nick Cummings. And Alan Alonso misses badly on a breaking ball from Cummings. It's 0-1.
Yeah, that ball didn't even make it over the plate. Don't know why Alonso was swinging on that one. Just didn't get a good eye on it.
Cummings looking to finish off 3 excellent innings on the mound for Sanford. He'll be down for tomorrow, but he's given the Rats a chance. They're going to need at least 2 in the 9th to tie the game. Alonso uncorks one deep down the left field line. That ball is foul. Alan Alonso nearly hits it out of the yard, but instead he finds himself down in the count 0-2.
Yeah, it was a nice piece of hitting from Alonso. If that stays fair and goes to the right side of the foul pole in left field, he had a good shot of hitting that one out of the park. It had the distance. Great job by Alonso. Just got to get it a little bit more into the field of play there.
No balls, 2 strikes from Alonso. It's Alonso, Montenegro, and Burke. The 0-2 pitch coming from Cummings is looped again, foul by Alonso. Nice play made. I think that was Nate Palmer down there at third base as he flexes after making a routine ground ball stop. No balls and 2 strikes, still the count on Alan Alonso.
Alonso just trying to pull everything here. You can tell that he is way ahead of these pitches.
No balls, 2 strikes is your count. Into the motion goes the right-hander Cummings. His 0-2 breaking ball is again into left field, a base hit. Alonso able to wait back a touch longer and send that one into left. Second hit of the game for Alan Alonso, and the Suns have an insurance run on first with nobody out in the inning for Rodrigo Montenegro.
Yeah, that whole at-bat was just Alonso trying to pull the ball into left field. He finally gets it into the field of play there. Just a nice, solid piece of hitting there from Alan Alonso. Right now, though, if you're the Rats, you have got to allow no runners home.
First pitch coming to Montenegro. He will show bunt, but it's high and outside as he pulls back. 1 ball and no strikes.
Typical crouch, goes straight to his feet, makes sure that Alonso does not get any extra steps or even thinks about trying to come even further off first base.
1 ball, no strikes is your count to Montenegro. He will attempt to sacrifice himself to get Alonso in a scoring position. He'll show bunt again. He pops this bunt up, but it gets out of play. If you're going to pop it up, you got to pop it up out of play, and that's what Montenegro did. It's 1-1.
Fans are going to get a little bit of a souvenir here as the ball popped up over the netting here in Stetson University's home turf here in Melching Field. A lot of these guys play for Stetson, so this is a virtual home game for some of the guys.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Montenegro. We'll see if he continues to show bunt. He does. The 1-1 pitch. Montenegro pulls back, and it's 2 balls and a strike on the catcher, Joe Burke, who's 2 for 3 today, is in the on-deck circle.
Heron's all over it, though. Heron was there in a split second to make sure if he lays that bunt down. Heron was scooping. Heron's not even standing in the dirt right now. That's how close he is to home plate.
Look for Montenegro to push it maybe down the first base side to mitigate the bunt defense from Sanford. He'll show bunt the 2-1 delivery. That one is in the dirt. It's again pulled back by Montenegro. And what you don't want to do, a cardinal sin in the game, is to walk a guy that is trying to give himself up.
Yeah, exactly right there, Ryan. You do not want to walk Montenegro here. You can definitely tell he's trying to sacrifice himself to put Alan Alonso in scoring position. Right now, the Suns are just trying to regain that 3-run lead. A 3-run lead gives them a lot more comfort than only up 2.
3 balls, 1 strike to Montenegro. We'll see if he shows bunt here. He does. The 3-1 pitch is over the plate for a strike, and the count is full now on Montenegro, 3-2. So we'll see how risky the Suns want to play it, whether they would attempt to have Montenegro bunt or whether they'll have him swing away.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to have him swing away here. You don't want to give up an easy out if he fouls a bunt off here. You've got to swing away if you're Montenegro.
The 3-2 pitch. Montenegro does. It's into left field. A base hit. Alonso will dig around second, but he will stay there. Back pick to second, not in time. What a piece of hitting by Rodrigo Montenegro. Shows bunt repeatedly, and then the one chance he gets to swing it, it's a single into left, and the Suns have first and second, nobody out for Joe Burke.
That's an impressive play there from Montenegro. You said it, Ryan. He shows bunt time and time and time in this at-bat. Then the first time he gets to swing, he is all over that pitch. It was a nice line drive hit, and Alonso almost got to third off of it. He thought about going and then retreated back. Justin Farmer almost had him with the back pick, though. He fired it over to Francis Villeman. As right now, the Suns are in a position where they can virtually put this one away. No outs, runners on first and second, a 2-run lead already for them, as there is still nobody warming up in the Rats bullpen.
Now the question is, what do you do with Joe Burke? First and second, nobody out. He's got 2 hits today, but this is a primo bunt spot to try to get Alonso and Montenegro both into scoring position. Suns have a couple of options as pinch hitters if they need him at some point. They stick with Burke right here. First and second, nobody out. Cummings to Burke. We'll see if they have him bunt or swing away. He will show bunt. Burke can't get it down. He fouls it off down the left side, and the count starts 0-1.
If you're the Rats, if he throws a bunt down here, you've got to be going to third immediately. You cannot allow a base runner 90 feet from home plate. If you have the opportunity, you want to try a double play, get 2 outs here, but on a bunt situation like this, that's going to be very, very challenging.
No balls and a strike to Joe Burke. After Burke, it's Garrett Wallace and Tim Dixon. Burke will again show bunt. Corners crash. The 0-1, high and inside. Throw back to second. Good scoop by the shortstop in Villeman. Count even on Joe Burke. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you can tell that the Rats are going to try to power it to third off this bunt. They're not letting Jared Heron come in and try to play the bunt. They're letting Bubba Sangster come off first and play it. They want Heron to stay on third so they can get the force out immediately after that ball makes contact.
First baseman playing all the way in. Burke does not show bunt. Now he does, and Cummings will turn. This may be, honestly, a primo spot for Burke to show and then pull back and swing, given how far in Bubba Sangster is playing.
Trent Taylor comes over a little bit, plays about mid-depth.
Burke pops the bunt up down the third base side. Catching it is the third baseman in Heron. So Burke put out on the pop-out. There's 1 away in the 8th inning for Garrett Wallace.
If you're Burke, that is the worst-case scenario right there. At least get down on it and force the Rats to have to make a play. That was not what you want to do there. Is Garrett Wallace tonight. He's only reached on a fielder's choice. Besides that, he flew out to center and then a strikeout. He's looking for something here tonight.
Middle infield in double play depth against Garrett Wallace. Trying to turn it to keep it a 2-run game. Going to the 9th inning, more than likely against Udell. First pitch of the at-bat, low and outside for a ball, 1-0 to Wallace. Neither bullpen has action. Game 2, 6:30 tomorrow in Sanford. Austin Wood against Rollin Layton. If the Suns hang on, they'll look to go back to the Florida League Championship Series. The 1-0 pitch. High ball 2. It's 2-0 to Garrett Wallace. Winner of this series takes on either Winter Park or Leesburg. Winter Park took a 1-0 lead in their series tonight with an 8-4 win over the Leesburg Lightning. Cummings checks the runner and deals the 2-0 pitch. High and inside, ball 3. It's 3-0, and once again, it's the same dilemma as before. You have to stick with Cummings at the risk that you throw someone else out, and that would possibly burn them for tomorrow. Cummings at risk of loading the bases for Tim Dixon. First and second, one out. Wallace, a fielder's choice, a strikeout and a flyout. He's 0 for 3 today. Got to think red light on for Garrett Wallace. The 3-0 delivery is down Broadway for a strike. It's 3-1.
Great decision there by Cummings to just get the strike no matter what. You got to throw it right down the middle, and you don't want to give up 4 straight balls and then load the bases. Garrett Wallace, he's been struggling all night. Pitch to him, make him swing, make him show you that he is on his game tonight.
41 pitch for Cummings on this. The 3-1 is over the plate for a strike, and the count has filled to Garrett Wallace, 3-2.
If you're Cummings, pitch him another strike. You do not want to give up a walk here. You've got to force Wallace to beat you. Force him to put the ball into play and earn his way onto base. You cannot give up a free pass.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Garrett Wallace. The payoff pitch from Cummings is a ground ball toward short. Taylor made on to second, turn to first, inning over. A 6-4-3 double play gets the Rats out of trouble, and we move to the top of the 9th inning. Connor Udell will try to close it out as the Suns look to go up 1-0. We'll be back with the top of the 9th inning right after this. One year ago, Connor Udell got the save in Game 1 of the Florida League Semifinals, beating the Sanford River Rats. He'll have a chance to do it again against Heron, Sangster, and Taylor. It's 4-2 Suns in the top of the 9th inning from Melching Field in DeLand. First pitch from Udell, high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Alex Franzen is the safety valve behind Udell. 1 ball, no strikes from Connor Udell to Jared Heron. Bouncing ball up the middle, a base hit. Just out of the reach of the dive of Hunter Fornari, and the tying run will come to the plate in the person of Bubba Sangster. Heron 2 for 3 on the game, as now it's Bubba Sangster's turn. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Nice job by Jared Heron, doing exactly what you have to do. Just get on base. Now that makes way for the tying run in Bubba Sangster. He's got the power to launch it out of here in Melching Field, as Coach Montero's going to go have a quick conversation with, it looks like, the umpire.
Pinch runner will come on for the Rats. A pinch runner removes Jared Heron from the game. As running for the Rats here
Yeah,
Azim Nobles.
it's supposed to be Azim Nobles, but Azim Nobles is not in the game. That's actually going to be Chris Allende coming in to pinch run. He's wearing Azim Nobles' number 6 jersey.
Chris Allende is going to be the pinch runner for Jared Herron. 1-0 pitch in the zone for a strike, and the count on Bubba Sangster is even 1-1. An interesting decision to do it right here with the run that in essence doesn't mean anything. Maybe if Sangster gets aboard, then you'd pinch run, as the 1-1 is gassed up, swung on, and missed. In fact, that's exactly what I would have done. If Sangster gets aboard, you run for him, because you've got Connor Allen that can go and play first base in the bottom of the ninth inning if need be.
And right now, if you're thinking about this, if you're Coach Montero, is the 1-2 pitch.
Got him swinging, strike 3. Dialed up the fastball and strikes out Bubba Sangster. Third time today that Sangster has been struck out, and there's one gone in the ninth inning for Trent Taylor, who's 1 for 3 on the game.
And I was just about to say, Bubba Sangster, honestly, allowing a bunt situation to get Allende into scoring position and letting Trent Taylor come out to the plate where he's the fastest guy on the team, letting him get on base and run. It doesn't matter, though. Sangster gets set down, so Trent Taylor, he's the base runner you want.
And Taylor loops it into center, a base hit. Coming around second is Allende. He'll dig for third. The Suns will throw it into second. They nearly throw it away, but the tying run is at first, and Taylor can easily get himself to second. It's runners at the corners, 1 out for the top of the order, and Austin Dilbert.
Austin Dilbert tonight has gotten on base 3 out of the 4 times he's made his way to the plate. Like I said, Trent Taylor is a guy that has gotten hits all season long. Him and Justin Farmer led the team in batting average, 2nd in the league. Chris Allende, though, the St. Thomas product, he wasn't with the team for a few weeks. He comes back at the end of the season. Nice speed for him to round second and get there on third. It's a great opportunity for the Rats.
First pitch swinging, first pitch stealing, but the ball is fouled off by Austin Dilbert. No balls and a strike from Connor Udell. Dilbert and Farmer will both have opportunities to give Sanford a run, and if they put Taylor in scoring position, could tie the game here in the ninth inning. No balls, 1 strike, the count. Udell comes set from his chin. Taylor does not go. The 0-1 swung on and missed again by Austin Dilbert, and the count is 0-2.
Honestly, I'm really surprised Taylor did not go there. Force Montenegro to make the decision of if he's going to throw down to second or not. You know Allende's got the speed.
The 0-2 from Connor Udell. There goes Taylor. The 0-2 fouled off again. Twice Taylor has broken. Twice Dilbert's fouled it off. And the count remains 0-2 on the Sanford designated hitter.
Tough situation right here for Austin Dilbert. He swung in that first pitch and he was mad at himself. He looked down, shouted in anger. He wanted that to be a hit. It was just a foul ball, though. Dilbert's playing defense right now.
He goes. The 0-2 is hit deep down the left field line, but foul for the third time. Taylor tries to steal second, and Dilbert fouls it off. The count on the DH remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Right now, if you're Udell, throw one over to first base. Right now, Taylor's going on first movement. Try to get him into a situation, if you're Udell, to maybe pick him off, because right now Taylor is off on first movement.
Doesn't go. The 0-2 is just fouled off again by Austin Dilbert. Udell almost got strike 3, but Dilbert able to foul off the delivery and force another 0-2 delivery from Connor Udell.
Austin Dilbert now 4 foul balls. He is fighting in there right now. He does not want to go down on strikes.
The 0-2 coming from Udell, the Princeton Tiger. Peeked over his shoulder and forced Taylor back to first. No balls, 2 strikes, tying run at first for Sanford. 1 out, top of the ninth. The 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging, strike 3. Austin Dilbert swings and misses, and the Rats are down to their final out. It'll be Justin Farmer, who's 2 for 4 today. And here comes Rick Hall. Will it be just to talk things over, or will he go to Alex Franzen to try to get the final out of the game? Looks like they're just going to talk things over for now.
Yeah, it's probably the situation where they know Justin Farmer is a guy that is a hit producer. This is a guy that's lethal in the batter's box. he's probably talking to him and figuring out how he wants to attack Farmer. This isn't a situation where you want to walk Farmer with Thomas Broyles on deck. Broyles is just as good of a hitter as Farmer is. They're in the perfect part of the lineup if you're the Rats. If you're the Suns, this is a dangerous part to be facing.
No chance to walk Farmer. You don't want to put the go-ahead run on base with the heart of the order coming up. If this game were to go into extra innings, there is no international tiebreaker. We'd play everything out, normal rules, no runners on base. Everything would be played normally. But Connor Udell trying to avoid that. First and third, 2 outs. There goes Taylor. First pitch, and a deke down to second is all it is. Stealing second is Taylor. It's an 0-1 count to Justin Farmer on a fastball from Connor Udell.
Smart move from Montenegro not to throw that one. He knew Allende has the capability to easily go home.
The 0-1 from Udell misses low and outside, and the count is even on Justin Farmer. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tying run at second, a base hit away. Go-ahead run is at the plate in the person of Farmer, who's 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, a strikeout, and a flyout. 1-1 is another Connor Udell fastball, and the Suns are a strike away. The Rats down to their final strike tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Justin Farmer. Udell looking for the save to give the Suns a 1-game-to-none lead. The right-hander Connor Udell will gaze in at Justin Farmer. Udell deals the 1-2 pitch. Got him, strike 3! Suns win! Change the number in the win column and play the victory song. The DeLand Suns go up 1-game-to-none over the Sanford River Rats. As for the second year in a row, Connor Udell shuts the door in a very, very close ball game, and the Suns will take a 1-0 lead to Sanford tomorrow night. Connor Udell strikes out the side in between a couple of singles. He punches Sangster, he punches Dilbert, and he punches Farmer, and the Suns lead it 1-0. And ladies and gentlemen, after a game like that, we've got another one coming up tomorrow night from Sanford Memorial Stadium in Sanford. The Suns will play for the back-to-back trip to the Florida League Finals. The Rats will try to send us back here for Game 3 on Thursday night. But, ladies and gentlemen, once again, your final count. The Suns, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The Sanford River Rats, 2 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the entire crew here at Melching Field in DeLand. For Zach Miles, we'll have the call for Game 2 tomorrow. I'm Ryan Murphy saying, may green be the grass beneath you, may blue be the skies above you, and if tomorrow's as good as today, the Suns will go back to the finals as your final count. The DeLand Suns 4 and the Sanford River Rats 2.